Wait, we were
Okay, so welcome to the Truth Hurts Peace and Love Reaction Channel. You just saw Brandon Leake, the winner of the 2020 America's Got Talent. Pretty powerful stuff. What did you think?
um I felt the message. All three of the performances we watched, like I understood and I felt the pain and like I had heard about him and people had very like controversial opinions. Like they were like, I would never come watch this, but I think that if you really like um take the moment to like absorb it and think about what he's saying, it can like I got goosebumps at some points. And I think you really have to understand what he's saying past the surface level, past just the guy talking there. um I like that he's telling a story. He's not necessarily like singing, or there's a story there that's it's something different and something you can like follow along with. It's kind of like a movie. So I kind of like that. Like, I don't love him, not crazy about it, but I can understand it. When people have like a niche thing that they do, sometimes you have to think about it a little more to enjoy it. So, yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, people made it a left-right issue, like they made it very political, and I just sat back and and pretty much shivered and teared up when I saw it for the first time.
Yeah, and I related with it too because I know what it's like to not like, as a kid, like, your father never being in your life. So, it kind of reminded me of that. So I kind of saw myself in some of those like speeches. The one with of his sister dying really got me though.
Yeah, he said I'll trade my 6 feet for your 6 feet down. That was a very powerful statement.
Well,
But
it looks like that one really affected you.
really,
Yeah,
a
you look pretty torn up.
little
So
bit.
do you want to tell them about when you showed your father and how he
Yeah.
reacted?
The one
I think
about
that was interesting.
the one about the father. I showed to my dad, wanting to bond with him and kind of thank him for being in my life. He became a big salesman in the company that eventually started Monster.com. But he was always there on the weekends. He lived in New York, but he came back to be with me and my sister every weekend. So I wanted to bond with him over this thing, and then halfway during it, he got bored or something or distracted, and he walked away. And I'm he could obviously tell I was crying, but he's just not an emotional person, and so I understand him not, but I don't understand also. I think he should have stayed there and watched it and gave me a hug afterwards, but maybe it was just too much for him.
Yeah, the leaving was pretty rude.
Yeah, it
Like, I
definitely
mean, you
was.
could you could hate it, but you could at least sit through it. It's only a few minutes long.
It's 2 minutes.
It's like 2
Jeez.
minutes long. Where do you have to be?
But shout out to Brandon. He became a friend of the show. He reached out to us, and then
He did?
yeah, he did. And Steven kept up with him on Instagram. And so we talked to him, and he thanked us for you know um, judging him and judging him. That sounds bad. Uh,
Well, now judging is like a negative connotation. I mean, judging could be a
exactly.
positive thing. You could like when they judge you and give you golden buzzer, it's not bad then.
Yeah.
So
Okay. He thanked us for giving our opinions. I there's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
saying judging. Uh, I well, we're gonna move on. Anything? Any last words?
Any last words? No, actually, I think I'll leave it at that.
He'll be back. He is an all-star, so he'll be back. Um, and people go back and forth if the winners should be able to be eligible for the all-stars. It's like, can you be a double winner? But whatever, we're not.
Well, at that point, I think it's less about um really I think All Stars isn't for people who necessarily like have to win or want to, but them getting to showcase more of their talent goes beyond the show, goes beyond the grand prize. And
Yeah,
just because you were a winner, you might have only performed twice on TV or three times,
3 times.
whereas
Yeah.
three times, uh, I mean, going on All Stars, it's just another opportunity for everybody. If you don't win the show and you get on All Stars, you might get to perform and have more exposure than even winners. So why not?
Why not? And the all-stars, before they called it the America's Got Talent, the champions. Well, now it's the all-stars. So if
Honestly, I like that name better, the All Stars, because champions just I couldn't get with them. Like, what are like what did we win? We all got eliminated.
Yeah, well, we'll see with all-stars, they might not have gotten far at all, but then got a huge following online, and you probably want those people to be involved. But we're going to go back to our live America's Got Talent performance. We'll be right back. Actually,